You have to be direct about it. And also hip-hop news. That's what we're lacking. We're like, people need to hear, bro. We need to hear about these scandals. Like, we no longer want to hear about your bonanga ripping off a dress and like, there's a lot of things that are happening in the hood with the local celebrities, because right now we're at the era whereby in Cape Town we have local celebrities. Yeah, well, we have these people living amongst us. Yeah, but we actually are these people, really. But we lack when it comes to the media outlet side. That's where even Pretoria and Johannesburg won in the first place, because when you look at the history of how hip-hop came in South Africa, hip-hop started in Cape Town. Hip-hop started in Cape Town and landed in Cape Town from the breakdancing. Your biggest breakdance crews are from here in Cape Town. The graffiti on the walls, the culture was here in Cape Town. But then we were too focused on outshining the talent and competing amongst each other with our talents, to an extent that Joseph was like, this is fascinating. Let me grab a camera and snap. So they started their media outlets by saying, yo, there's hip-hop, you see. But then the media outlets are there. That's how nowadays you feel like in the hip hop industry, in order for them to make it, they have to go to Johannesburg, because they establish businesses.
To go to Juba.
You see, they establish businesses that side. But me, bro, I'm gonna make Johannesburg come to me, bro. I'm not gonna go to Johannesburg seek out the record label. Like, I'm gonna make them come to me, bro. Like how they used to back in the days. And that shit is possible. But then again, we live in an era whereby we human species that are so entangled and attached to a short span of attention. That's why even
microwave attention.
Yeah. We
instant porridge.
Food. Instant, bro.
Instant.
To an extent that fast food got fed up. Like, nah, I don't have space for y'all. Here's an app called Uber Eats. It can deliver to you. Yeah. You're consuming too much. We're more consumers in our days than producers and inventors than we were.
No one is producing shit.
That's why one of the interviews that Kendrick Lamar orchestrated in this album, To Pimp a Butterfly, where he, on the last track in Motown Man, where he's like on an interview with Pac, where he asks like what's gonna happen in the future. Like, he says that he sees wealthy people, they're gonna get to an extent where they fat and they appetizing disease. They get so appetizing to an extent that
how the streets,
the people that don't have anything, when they see them, it's like I could eat them in flash. You see, it's more like getting to that point. We're consuming this genetically modified food, whether it's a chicken that was made yesterday, but now I have a big breast and a big drumstick on my hand and I'm chowing it, but it was made yesterday from a cell being done. Then tomorrow it's on KFC, it's fried, it's Kentucky fried chicken. Chow it.
And we trust the brand,
yeah,
because you're like, it's KFC, nigga. But I ain't eating that Hungry Lion shit. I want the KFC.
That's what I even started to recognize. That's what their mission is. And they have to build so much value and credibility. Their mission is to make sure that we become part of your whole. Yeah, that's it.
You've been occupied.
Yeah.
Dr. Omar Johnson said that McDonald's won't stop marketing even though you know where they are.
Yeah.
They will never stop delivering ads to you. You know where McDonald's is, but they just still won't stop.
Wow.
Because they need to work your psychology. Literally. Well, if you're not having a burger from McDonald's, you have a burger from somewhere, like, nah, it's not like the McFeast. Doesn't taste like the McFeast. If a bazin and one thing I've seen about these companies is that they borrow from one another. I saw a typical example at work. Someone said, "Oh, I don't like the chili cheese fries from McDonald's. Buy me the KFC ones." I'm like, "What? KFC has chili fries now?"
Hey. Even King Burger, Burger King.
Now the chili fries, no.
They do have. That's why I'm like, yeah, I like
These guys, they probably like this. They probably like this now. Probably the guy that owns McDonald's now, and the guy that owns Burger King, and the guy that owns KFC, they sitting like this somewhere in Milan and having a dinner or lunch
in the meat for
discussing how are we going to hook them next.
Yeah. Now, what can we include? Except when I had last month, you had some nice beef patty. Where did you get it? Got it from his. You need to try that beef patty. Yo. Last month I made like 45 billion from South African revenue. I haven't checked what's happening in Kenya and other countries, but we have to check that beef patty. Like that's like one thing we still don't understand. Business may be competition, but it was stated even from the black and white form book that business and pleasure don't mix. But us, we don't learn how to separate those. You see, a business-minded person of any color, if he's fucking business-minded, whether he's white or black, he can sit on a table with the enemy like this and put pleasure aside and focus on being like, we're going to deal with the business. The Russians, they deal with Americans when it comes to business. The Americans
They don't like the man Chinese.
when it
They don't like
business.
what's other.
They don't like one another, but they deal when it comes to business. You see, they learn to separate business and pleasures. Us, we don't have that. That's why when I said to you, like, nah, if you want to succeed in that industry of selling those cakes, we're gonna have to come up with a brand. How Steps came up, because now if we're gonna be selling these cakes directly, like how you intended it to, it's gonna give us a lot of business problems that we don't want. There's people that are gonna come, jira fet, you see, and then on the other side there'll be those people there. There's people that like the way you put fashion together, bro, but they don't. They have their pride that I like to call evilness cloud, man. That pride of like, nah, they hate you because you're shining, you see. So the minute you even gonna see you buying cakes now, we in the hood, bro. People will be like, yeah, even another homie of them, they come through rocking them. Hey, yeah, now the best ways can shira now and morning away. Like mentality, I don't know, dog. Like the mentalities we have, like in the hood, like we're so quick to mix business and pleasure. Yeah, hey, except yeah, bufende ye garage ngela magwinya kabani on like that mentality. But if that shit, if you like gunya kabani, very good package ka Woolies, buza nthenga.
No, why would you some more?
Exactly.
They're selling the first player, no?
Nobody you're born. But that's the shit. But that's the shit people are. So if we human beings are giving a very short time of span to live, man. And the more time goes, the more it becomes shorter. You see? And being aware of that, putting this shit out there as a business, it's something that they've mastered back in the days. They saw that, nah, business is not going to succeed in this way. And that's why they even cutted that shit off having, like, if this gaslighter, the manufacturer comes from Unjomo, and we're the fiduciary way, this gaslighter is Unjomo gases. That's like back in the days. They used to discover things and name them after their second name or surnames, Unjomo gas. But then, that shit, as more time goes, the more people started competing with each other and grew hatred to one another. So if a product has your persona in it, it's quick to be thrown in the trash. But when you give them like a business professionally laid out, like how they do, you go kill a fucking seal in the sea, squeeze that fucking oil, put it together, call that shit Vaseline or Johnson & Johnson, my nigga. You see, it's gonna sell. But if you're gonna kill a fucking seal in the sea and put it in the fucking black paper, people are gonna call it voodoo in the hood. This nigga is selling voodoo cream.
You don't want that voodoo cream.
That shit right there.
Johnson & Johnson.
Branding. You see, that's the shit. White men have some mastered branding. You see, that's what we lack. We don't have branding. We present shit how it's raw. And how it's raw is, it's as scary as life, bro. If we could face life, how raw life is, it's fucking scary. That's why we pretend every day, put our bags and go to a 9 to 5 and pretend like everything is cool. But if we're going to talk about life itself, ritual, meaning, more condile, it's fucking scary to we pretend like it's okay. We're going to be all right. That's the shit. But then at the end of the day, we lack so many things, bro. That's why talking about these things, it's so important. It's sentimental, because one thing that we might be doing as human beings, we always out there trying to feed what the material or the physical body need, because it's mind, body, and soul. but we always let the body be in control of, or let the mind be dominant and be in control of the body, and put the soul at the corner. That's why we always go to the soul. We do this to the soul. That's what we do to the soul. That's why we always, every time when we try to, even when we got shit going, it's because the Trinity is not okay. The Trinity has to be okay, and there are many ways of mastering the Trinity. It's by putting yourself into a retention process. Whether your retention process will be like, you know what, I'm not gonna sit here until I get a job. You see, that's a commitment you've made with the higher power in yourself, and it's quick to give back because they see that you're fully committed. You're putting it on. It doesn't have to be you saying, I'm going to stop weed, I'm going to stop alcohol, I'm going to stop, I'm going to be a saint, I'm going to go to church, I'm going to welcome Jesus as my savior, I'm going to carry a Bible every day. Matter of fact, I'm going to change my drip, I need to wear a suit every day. Like, that's where we get the whole message wrong, because even in the scripture of the book, they tells you that what's done on the darkness shall be produced to the light. So, God likes people that embraces God in private. Because reward in public. But now when you're doing it in public, those are doing it in public, they've already received their reward. Because so that's your reward. But then again, reward in public here. Who said that's all? That nigga can take it in. You can listen to emotion. You can understand the process of everything has its time. That's where we run away from. We even fixed to there are many ways of releasing your emotions, but where you are, man, I gotta be strong. That's where we fuck shit up. That's where we beat our women up. That's where we treat them like trash.
Because of all that,
because bullshit. Imagine trying to fill in something with the bottle that's already filled. It spills all over. Becomes a mess. So that's what happens. But we
snarty and don't enter us the sugar in your food,
that's why I was here and there. That's why African males back in the days, they had so many children that the daddies were nowhere to be found, because they knew that there would never be a peace of mind. There would never be a peace of mind. That's why they were male alphas. They were called male alphas, because understanding of that shit, be like, no, you got this and this, and you have to take that shit like culture. There's human emotions, and there's culture protocols that definitely made. So, she have a first by Y6. S07E19. Because whether you like it or not, you can be strong for anything, but when life needs to take its course, like, that's one thing we don't have control for.
Damn, bro.
That's one thing we don't have control for. That the creator is powerful in that way. It lets you know the other side of the coin and keeps the other for later, so that you don't trip. Because if we knew the back end of even where we're gonna go from here, it would be fucked up.
Of course,
you would not even trying to cheat that shit.
I want to come back for you.
Because you can't do both if you do more. And I said this to my friend today, like, bro, we didn't even ask to be here, but be here in this bitch. What matters is what the fuck are we gonna do about being here, nigga? Are we gonna complain? Where has that got you? Except you won't kill yourself. Usta vutimbuzi yankala kusizio na weyokusizana yankala mbuzi ya okala wembuza kusizi sakala kuna
so it doesn't let you we Lord and I we were back
but the man oh keep it Allah ready for me for your when I want to what I damn that is G5 bro. You been a while since I've tapped into Java's whole projects. I always get him on features.
You are that nigga fair to embody see the true Java. You get to see about efficiency as some womas, bro.
Yeah, like, facts, profits.
This some by the hand is
even I don't put you about anything or like can you win and all of it, you can you no matter what sauce,
Like, it's like, even what that question that nigga asked, like, he was like, because they say Afro pop, Afrobeats, yeah, the Afrobeats and Afro pop is actually one of the same mix, bro. It's like strawberry and vanilla, but it's oasis and porridge. You see, he was saying like those genres, they, according to those genres, they come from inspiration of reggae. Yo, that nigga was so angry when he heard that shit. It's like, nah, fuck it. Shit, that's a fuckery. Like, yeah, because one thing that actually stood out for me is the question that he asked. Like, that was like brain pops. Like, oh, whoa, bro, because that was opening for me, bro. That was opening for real. That nigga, he explained like reggae to an extent that after watching that podcast, I felt like listening to a reggae joint. Be like,
trying to get
it, like you reggae, but because damn, this nigga just called me. Like, right now, yo, shit. Because he was speaking of how reggae, how the sound came about. Like, the sound was simply they call it the king's music. Yeah, it's the king's music. It's supposed to free you from all your, purify your energy and how you think, your positivity, and hope for a better tomorrow, even if you were in a fucked up struggle, because it's music that's made from the struggle.
Bob Marley was on that redemption shit.
Yeah, because there was the struggle of here in South Africa. So it's a music of hope. It's simply music that tells you like, yo, man, focus on the way you about credit, you know me. How we doing is that we got man, you know it out on it.
I tell you, man,
You're happy, but you don't have shit.
cars are like,
Oh yeah,
it's real shit.
makes you feel happy, but you don't have shit. You just have a tree of coconut. That's what I'm coconut and smash a coconut. And
MI. Yeah,
That's why.
it's a message. Yeah, well.
it's music like that. But then they said this Afro sound, it's inspiration from that. The G saying it's fuckery. And then he asked it like, yo, name one Afro song that liberates the people. That connects to the poor. You poor, you don't have nothing. But when they play that song for that person could have hope. Like one song. None of them.
You couldn't name it, bro.
None of them. All of them.
Yeah, oh, I thought that's right.
Now let me just keep quiet, man. They was starting, bro, because all about the Ferrari. People be the Bugatti. It's still getting it.
It's materialistic as fuck.
Now that only track I know is Ojuleba. And as you on get by 18, but I think
Is that whiskey?
yeah.
Yeah, like some of them.
Say no, both is lasting him.
It's love. It's always about love and money. It's either love for themselves, love for a woman, love for material.
It is for the people.
Yeah.
That's why because Europe just suffered. Europe they suffered because of wars. Europe Mali liberated them from suffering. They gave them hope. But hey,
Even
no
those-
yeah, that's why I said to push. But I say Europe, yona, it's emenayo. It is more than
Like artists used to colonize that side of Africa.
That's a story. He's there. Was a German, and he makes reggae music.
Yeah, that's the thing they used to do in the days. During the apartheid system or the suppressing system era, most black people in Africa, when it comes to movement, in order to like feel like you have made it in life, the European side was it. Yeah. That's why even now the European organizations, they're quick to donate to anything that comes to Africa. They're sensitive about Africa. Even if you do music more fast, you have an organization that does marimbas and all of those stuff. Yo, bro, they'll take you with it. Yeah, well, you see, because that's the business that was built long before by your Miriam Makeba, your...
So, and they say, when they went to Europe and literally Umtudo to like told them what was going on in our country. That's why Miriam and you could be going to Europe and touring Europe while there was a party.
let me talk about lucky to be lucky in lucky to be no boy bani. He said,
lucky to be it's old. You cannot even mention Banner in the same conversation.
I'm just saying, born in a way. Since the Tetana, my Afrina, Koban, So he named Lucky Tobe and a few guys, Fela Kuti, those are the guys. Yeah, but they said again, music, must tap into on an arm again. Yeah, but in Ghana, and then in the law, like, boy, what the alarm and Kagi, boy, is time changes, yeah, but busy hip hop. Hip hop is super
it's a derivative. And one thing I love about our people, we are always creating inspired from a certain genre. Like, look at Amapiano, Quiet to the and Quiet is a distinctive genre that was made in South Africa.
Correct.
So we are that good, but like you said, Maji, we forget our power.
Yeah.
Because we want to fit into norms that are not going to allow us to prosper and also work from resource.
Yeah.
So, we are people of peace. We are people of sharing. We love to embrace abanye abantu, but then abantu, they use our embracement as a means to bathathe advantage yethu. That is why they had to work us in the masses, because they're like, look at these motherfuckers, hey. Because even now, they have to work that plan up until nini. As much as we're buying Chinese technology, why don't we learn from the Chinese?
Yeah. Right.
Chinese is a typical example of people not trying to be someone else but them. You don't go to China and you find Chinese people trying to learn English. They ain't trying to learn anybody's. The only means that you can preserve your culture is to make other people learn your culture. Look at the Zulu nation and how powerful the Zulu nation is. You go to Europe now, the moment you say you're from South Africa, are you Zulu?
No, Xhosa. Yeah, Xhosa is always the second option. Even here in town in Long Street, they always do that. Xhosa is always the second option.
Thing about population learning.
Yeah, and most of them, it's because of like the ancient black cultural history that we have as Black Nation. It's so diverse to an extent that, and according to even timelines and how things happen. So to them, the reason why they always like mention Zulu, because Zulu is big of the Shaka Zulu emperor, you see. And the second option that they always produce, and before they ask you like, oh, what are you? Shitu. You see, they say Xhosa, it's because of Tatu Nelson Mandela, you see. Yeah. So according to them, they know like, the most predominant two cultures there in South Africa, Zulu and Xhosa. But that's not even true, bro. We're not like the most predominant, but we're actually the most closest to the main region, culture and language and tribe that we were, because we all dissected from the Nguni people.
Of course, man. They call it the Nguni language.
Yeah.
We were under one nation.
So Xhosa and Zulu are actually Xhosa now is actually the top closest language that is close to the language, the Nguni. Yeah, the Nguni language.
It's the way some people speak Zila.
Yeah, the Khoisan are the Khoisan.
Yeah, speaking Nguni
people
migrated from the.
So we migrated from the north,
not north necessarily. But from the middle south,
Central Africa.
Yeah. So with those Tanzanians, Ethiopian, not Ethiopia, not Ethiopia, but and there was before, and there was Karenja and Vietnam,
we started along east and also
the main roots we started in Egypt, bro. We started in Egypt. We were the Cushians. That thing I was showing you yesterday.
Yeah.
We started as Egypt. Back in the days, we were called the Cushians, the Kush people.
That's why Africa now is called Kush.
Yeah.
To Ethiopia.
Yeah.
This word Africa comes from
Ethiopia. The Nguni people were from Ethiopia. Even today, that nigga mentioned like
Somali,
from being Ethiopia.
Yeah, I know.
That's from the top.
Being the Nubian.
The more we go down, the more others will be like, Tinamaso just a shieka, yabo, Lagos, Angola, Uganda, Sashieka. The more we went down,
it's not fun in this by night. It's
it's tribes and
yeah.
But it's a black tribe. It's Cushians.
Okay.
But the more they go, the more they dissect and carry themselves as this certain tribe. But when we came before them, we were still showing the Nguni people. because there they will find some courses that are still there.
Of course, even in Malawi.
Which is not Xhosa, it's Nguni.
Yeah.
But since it's predominant now, it's known as Xhosa, the closest. So when we dissected to the side, that's when we met with the homies, with the ships now, and they claim that.
But
It's
another
they are
thing that
smart.
people don't get was the
Women
fact
first.
that in us seeing a ship, that was not the first time we saw ships.
Many encounters even from the top, we went away from ships.
Yeah. High psychological.
The guys, they trying to establish to an extent that they had no involvement or no information of what happened there. We just came in from this side. We don't know who came in using the back door. We came in at the front, bruh. You saw us, most. You saw the ship when she came through. We don't know those guys. It's like that. And they know the history because what they do is simply like conquer, take away, turn the scrolls, or lock them as leverage.
And they instill their religion.
Yeah,
or
it's
their
like that.
of life.
You see? But if the tribe is so powerful and wealthy, which I believe the Xhosa tribe is, I don't believe that they've banned our scrolls. I feel like they've locked them away as leverage because of the wealth that it holds.
Bro.
You cannot conquer the Chinese and ban their scrolls.
Yeah.
You would never do that.
You see, you can conquer the Chinese and keep their scrolls as leverage because there's so much shit to learn and dissect and
You need to copy that shit as well.
interpret and try to understand because some of it you don't understand. That's why they're always in the lab every day.
Yeah.
You see, that's why they're always in the lab every day. They're doing all of these things, all of these classified things that we don't know about in the same place that we're sharing the same fucking air.
Yeah.
But there's still people that hold ground rules and responsibility of deciding how may your tomorrow look like. You see, we live in a world like that, but we still decide to take baby steps at approaching our problems and approaching reality. You see?
And these baby steps that Bodba has seen nowhere. Damn, this is a fucking teachable moment, man.
Yeah, let's call it a day. No.
Yeah, man.
Long.
I want more of these, yes, because someone said to me, bro, the guest you have on your show, like, as conversations you don't find, like, too many people are talking about stuff that don't mean shit to them. But then when I tuned into your show, it's not just specifically you, it's also the people that I've seen. There's this colored dude who wants to be on the show. And I want to come to Cooks, bro.
Yeah.
I want to experience what you experience. I want to see these people that you get to be around. You're gonna, bro. You're gonna, but I really appreciate you all for what you did today, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And for many more, you said you're going to explain further about these companies because I want to gain a whole different outlook towards like how to surface this digital world because I'm still a digital baby as well, but I can't say I know it. I don't.
Yeah, I also don't.
Everything just works. Like Upos said, well, we need to feed off one another.
Yes, yeah.
But let's make the best out of what we still have at this moment. So I do thank you guys for just hopping in, and for many more of these, because I aim to educate, I aim to inspire, I aim to motivate, and I want people to elevate as well. I understand the way you are, bro. Like you said before we close this off, but what if the problems that you are around are calling for you to offer solutions? They are there. Offer those solutions. And Zabona, but thank you guys. I appreciate you all.